I'm Nilsson, and I'm in my 15th year of teaching music for the Anchorage School District. I was recently assigned point 4 of my FTE teaching time as a classroom walk-to-read assistant. People ask me if, as a teacher, it feels vastly different from my teaching time through my music classes. I tell them that the difference is in the way I'm teaching reading. When I teach phonation and reading through music, I teach vowels and consonants by whether they are sung or unsung. We can sing vowels because we phonate them. Consonants block our air and divide the vowels to create meaning. I teach syllables by asking students to walk the rhythm of words and to notate the beat divisions. I teach reading fluency by reading lyrics and notation in tempo with students by pointing at the words. I teach sequencing, or compare and contrast, by showing the pattern or form of a song. I teach rhyming by pointing out rhyming words at the end of a lyric and improvising new lyrics that rhyme. I teach phonemic awareness by teaching songs that change beginning sounds or emphasize one beginning sound. And I teach verbal comprehension by checking for understanding of lyrics and building musical vocabulary. Music combines all subjects into one, so reading isn't the only thing I'm teaching. I'm also teaching fractions when I teach rhythmic notation, and a lot of them. Sometimes my students complain. I teach physical science by teaching the size of sound sources relative to pitch and talking about acoustics. I teach biology and physiology when I teach anatomy and the care of the voice and the ears for hearing. I teach songs in foreign languages. By the end of first grade, my students have sung in English, Spanish, German, French, Japanese, Hebrew, Swahili, and learned terminology in Italian. We study history and cultures of song, and we practice gross and fine motor skills through dance and movement and building coordination to sing and play instruments. Although considered by many to be an elective, music is particularly strong in hard academics. I want my students to have fun, but I certainly wouldn't want them to check their brains at the door. I'll be using those. The U.S. Department of Education designates arts education as part of the core curriculum, not optional, not elective, but core to development of a well-rounded student. The College Board, the maker of the SAT reasoning test, which is commonly used as a standardized measure of college readiness, did a group profile study of college-bound seniors in 2005, and they reported arts participation and SAT scores increased linearly. The more arts classes, the higher the scores. Students who took 4 years of arts coursework outperformed their peers who had 1.5 year or less of arts coursework by 58 points on the verbal portion and 38 points on the math portion of the SAT. Many universities are now requiring 2 years of arts instruction as a prerequisite for college entrance. Student instructional time in all elementary specials is valuable to child learning, increasing academic outcomes. These subjects provide transfer, meaning that learning in one subject aids learning and retention in other subjects. In art, the spatial skills shown vastly increased students' understanding of geometry, and a 2002 study showed that children who were trained to look closely at works of art and reason about what they saw were better able to apply critical reasoning to interpret images that they saw in science classes. Librarians who teach organizational skills through the Dewey Decimal System and research techniques help students in all levels of schooling. In health classes, they are reading and discussing many social and cultural issues while also learning biology and care of their body. The physical activity that students experience in PE classes increases blood flow and oxygenation to the brain, and they boost the growth of nerve cells in the hippocampus, which is the brain center of learning and memory, and therefore helps improve academic achievement and build positive behavior. Teachers know that students don't all learn the exact same way. Our students need to view core subjects through many lenses, using all of their intelligences and various learning styles. Rote learning alone will not reach every child. Besides increasing academic outcomes, elective subjects increase motivation to stay in school. A 2009 study of arts education and New York City high school graduation rates reported that schools who had low levels of arts offerings graduated on average 49% of their students. Schools who were rated high in arts offerings graduated 88% of their students. The report concluded that increasing arts instruction in schools can lift graduation rates and turn around struggling schools, not just in New York City, but nationwide. A Harris Interactive poll of high school principals in 2006 stated, schools with music programs have significantly higher graduation rates than those without programs, 90% compared to 72%, and higher attendance rates than those without programs, 93% as opposed to 84% nationwide. Elective subjects like the arts build social skills. They build character and discipline. They increase positive self-image. They teach teamwork through cooperative learning. They help students comprehend the big picture. They increase individual and group achievement. They build creativity and innovation. We provide students with opportunities to participate in positive community events. We teach children about their culture and other cultures. We help them to build healthy habits. And we provide creative outlets that give students a feeling of personal power and a sense that they are contributing to the world. These are important developmental assets that help children thrive. These are the personal skills that are valued by parents as well as business and community leaders. These are qualities that employers look for employees when they are conducting job interviews, and they contribute to a positive school environment. So where do we go from here? The Anchorage School District needs to continue supporting all specials and all other subjects that may not appear on a standardized test, but contribute significantly to the development of healthy, intelligent, well-rounded adults. These programs need to be fully funded. Bake sales cannot make up for deficiencies in the base student allocation or loss of STEs in these areas. We must work at every level to elect people who support funding for education and support collective bargaining so that we as teachers can continue to speak up for a positive instructional climate so that we continue to have great public schools. Our work is crucial to the future of education, and we need to make clear to the policy and makers and funding allocators that this is true. Thank you for listening, and thank you for all you do to help children grow.
And her husband.
I'm going to take a moment for anybody who doubts the power of music. I want to take a moment and thank the band that showed up. If you could take this parking lot on this morning